Cattails 6. The boy found the cat tucked far under the front porch. We lived a few feet from a busy street, so making it from wherever he'd come from to our porch was testament enough to his determination. And the connection we saw form in the weeks and months to come was a true testament of friendship between a cat and a boy. The boy came to us just weeks before the kitten was found mewing and terrified below the porch. The boy had come in much the same way. 8 years old, he was brought to my home late one evening in a police cruiser after having been removed from his 10th foster home. He, too, was scared yet determined. "I don't let nobody under my covers no more," he announced upon arrival. "That's a good idea," I told him. He slept in a cushy armchair that first night and for many nights to come. He was afraid of beds, afraid of windows, afraid of almost everything. On his 3rd day in our home, the blue eyes that knew too much looked up at me and asked, "Can I live here a long time, like 3 months?" "Well, that's not very long," I said. He thought for a moment. "Well, how about till I'm 13? That's when I knew this boy had no concept of family, of forever. I called his caseworker to see what the plan was for permanency, and there wasn't one. "We'll keep him," I said, and they didn't argue, because nobody else wanted him. Much like the cat. When the boy found the cat terrified in the dark corner, something clicked between them. Not right away, as neither one had reason to trust, and they didn't. Both had reason to hate, and they did. It took 3 days for the boy to coax the kitten out into daylight. It took 2 more to lead him into the garage, where he could then be guided into the house after several more days of coaxing. The boy was determined to save that cat. Perhaps he wished someone had tried harder to save him when he was so little and afraid. Perhaps he saw himself in the tremors and cries that each movement evoked from the tiny creature. By the time the cat entered the house and hid behind the couch, the boy had named him Frady Cat. He set food out on the floor at the edge of the couch where the dark met the light, and he stood back to wait. Nothing. He lay down on his belly and watched the dark crevice against the wall. Patient as any kid has ever been, the boy, despite attention deficit disorder, fetal alcohol syndrome, and being born addicted to methamphetamines, waited for that cat to come out. For hours, for days, he waited. While the boy slept in the chair, the kitten watched. Sometimes while the boy slept, the food disappeared, and he was happy knowing the kitten was eating. One day the little guy stuck a nose out from behind the couch. The boy was there, watching, patient and curious. Frady marched right up to the boy, sniffed, mewed, and sat, looking eye to eye at his new owner. The boy had not chosen the cat had chosen the boy. Nobody had ever done that before, wanted him. That night, Frady and the boy slept in a bed. First, something had to be done about the window next to the bed. Though it was covered with a curtain, the gaps at the edges terrified the boy, so we duct taped them to the wall. In the weeks and months to come, fear became more and more a part of their past. Frady still would not come to anybody else, but he let the boy carry him everywhere. They played games, swung on the swing set, jumped on the trampoline. The boy lugged him up and down the stairs and all around the house, and each night he carried him to bed, where they snuggled down under the covers, where nobody goes anymore, and slept safely and soundly. Their journey of trust had begun. 3 years have passed since that summer night when the boy and the kitten came together in my home. Last night I scurried around getting kids off to bed, the 5 we have now going off in different directions. The boy came into the living room, where Frady, now huge and sleek, lounged lazily on the back of the couch he had once hidden behind. The boy no longer carries him, he just calls his name. "Come on, Frady, it's time for bed." The cat rose slowly from his spot, stretched his back tall in his "I'll come in my own time" way, and hopped down after the boy. He followed closely on the boy's heels as they plodded off to bed. I wandered in to turn off the bedroom lights and found Frady and the boy snuggled into the big bed, where they sleep together each night. There is no fear in this room, where the curtains flutter in the breeze of the open window.